If you look real close here at this, hopefully you can make it out. You see there's a little vine that is twisting through everything there. Can you see it? It's light orange and it looks like spaghetti noodles. I know there's some grass, but it's the things going like that. See them? There's little twisty parts. It's actually all through here. And what that is it's a plant that doesn't have roots. I'm going to pull a piece out here. You see that? That right there is a daughter vine. So I believe it's spelled D-O-T-T-E-R. Not daughter like girl, but daughter vine. And it is parasitic, so it attaches to other plants like it's doing here. And it feeds off of them, and it doesn't have any roots. So it's completely alive. So it's in movies like The Secret Life of Plants and stuff, because it actually meets one of the fundamentals of life of a more mobile creature, because it seeks out and hunts its food a little bit. You know, it travels towards its food. If you set this by a tomato plant, it'll actually swivel around until it finds it and then grab hold of it and start eating off of it. So that's how they show it in the movie. And yeah, we'll release it back into the wild. And ourselves on down the river. Unicorn. It's a swimming unicorn. California quail, that's our state bird. All the teenagers running behind them. This way, this way. Trees. Well, that duck was hiding. Look, there's whole trees down there. See it? It's deep. Ooh. Hi, fishy. You see that? Big old fish down here, Shane. There's a couple. There's a whole log jam down here. This must be where they pile up. See the bedrock here? And then big old cobble field. Gonna hunt that for gold someday soon. And yeah, that's the bedrock of the river. Deep hole. There's literally a shelf when all of a sudden it goes up to like 4 inches deep. This is probably the deepest hole here. Whole tree stuck down in there. And then this way up is all gravel and about 8 foot deep consistently. See how that goes right there? Literally we're drifting over it. I'll try and spin here. Oh, one-handed. There's that deep pool. And then there's just this super deep shelf that runs along here. And then it gets shallow. And it's bedrocky, and where my sister is, it's condensed down. We're going backwards, we're getting pulled over it, and wants us to see. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. And gold hunters, right? There's the inside curve, it curves around there. Here with any flow, and I think if I bring some boulders out and make a little dam between here, because it's blocked off over here, then I can go underneath all these big boulders in this field, and I'll show you the tailings piles from when the old timers did it. But they literally exhausted this probably in like 6 months after the gold rush, and then moved on. So it's been another 100 or something years, and the river has replenished this with huge boulders. So I think it's time. Here's our flow. Think we got enough for a sluice? I think we do. There's a couple of spots here. Look at that one. That could be our natural little sluice spot right there. Kind of like that. Of course, it'll be pretty flat. There's no fall here. But that's what I was saying. You pick a spot like right here, where your boots make a dam. Give yourself 6 inches of fall.
Here, help me. Push off. What's your feet? Hello.
Hello. Bedrock, you can see, is right underneath, and it's scraped it down here to where there's nothing left but the bones, and then the cobble field on the inside here. Uh-oh. Watch out. Watch out. No brakes. We're having a collision. I'm running over children as I film the quest for details. Okay, no children were wounded in the filming.
Come on, I'm going to kill you talking. Are you holding on?
Adventures with Uncle. Okay, here it is. I found it. There's some fall. We'll come up here and set some rocks. Look at the flow. We got the flow. And we can hit all the honey holes out here, because there's bound to be some. There's plant life that's made dirt stick nearby. And we're not up at the head of the beach, but we could go up there, classify stuff, and bring it down by water. So we didn't have to carry it. Bring like 6 buckets on the kayak. First kayak trip, didn't even bring my detector. First find, I've had somebody's little Leatherman. Oh, it's an actual little Leatherman. It says Leatherman on it. Laying in the water, shining up.
Oh, I have a knife.
That was on the bottom, so look on the bottom. Look for anything man-made. Here, let me see it. Nice little set of pliers. And a little clip. Boy Scout tweezers on it. Here's the scissors. And Leatherman brand name, so right on. What I pulled out here was because here's this boulder field. You can see we're on the other side of the turn here. It's come down around, the current goes this way, and it's begun depositing all the littles, all the smaller sands and gravels and stuff. But at some point, they piled these up. And if you get down, or you climb on top of that, I mean, there's big old lichens that are all growing between it. So it's been there long enough for 12-inch lichens to go between the boulders. And if you look in the background, there's actually the tips of a whole bunch more. I've gone back there when the grass was all beaten down, and that's what they are. This one is exposed because it's in the front where the water comes around here. And I think in the 100 years since, all this gravel and all these boulders have piled up here and stuff again and kind of buried it like the desert sand, so just the tip of the pyramid sticking out. And so they probably would have pulled all this up out of the way, and you can see how shallow the bedrock is. So you're on the first corner out of a huge canyon, and all you'd have to do is scoop this out of the way, and then you'd be down to the bedrock, but you'd also exhaust it instantly and then move on. So this field only goes down to right here, and by this point you're buried in the lighter stuff that started to pile onto it. So that's why I'm thinking there's at least dust. Those are huge boulders too. Okay, I gotta catch up with the rest of the crew. Look for more treasure. We're trying to get to a fossil bed that I know down here, but depends on energy levels because we gotta do return trip. So we'll see. Ooh! Holy moly, look at that opal. That's opal. It's like a little bit beyond common too. I mean, it's got fire in there. Look at the orange. Oh, look at the different layers. God.
Dad, I just went backwards.
That's a big chunk too.
Let's try and run into the water.
Oh, of course. There's the battery signal. Nice. Look for treasures on the bottom. This is the bottom. Everybody was out here on their boats jumping off. Now we get to walk on it. Look at that poor guy. It's the whole catfish. Oh, I think he made it. Mostly head, like a shark. That's cool though. We'll leave him there like he's swimming through the rocks. I don't think we're gonna make it to the fossils today, but good little trip. And we found a treasure. Ooh, look at that. Some weirdness. Yeah.